America, hola! Welcome to It's Happening Out, the world's most popular live gay television talk show ever. It's 9 p.m. Wednesday, February 9th? It is not February 9th.
I think it's the 16th.
Isn't it the 16th?
It is.
Didn't I just shell out a whole lot of money for flowers and stuff for my wife? Yes, I did. It's February 16th, 2022. I'm your anchor, FayWhat? This is what happens on live TV. Now you see it. So let's start by meeting tonight's host. Let's welcome John Hayden, mi hermanito. John's been a journalist for 27 years and now works for several South Florida outlets, including SFGN, covering politics, arts, and the bar scene, mostly for the latest on happy hours. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Faye. Good evening, everyone. And I just want to say Valentine's Day is over. Drink your boxed wine, eat your half-price candy, and love yourself. That's what it's all about.
I love that. I couldn't have said that any better myself, John. Thank you. Let's welcome up next Patricia Hernandez. She's an attorney who practices immigration and family law and has won numerous community awards. Welcome back, Patricia. How you doing, honey?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me back. Excited to be here tonight with everyone to have some fun.
How was your Valentine's Day?
It was great, although I didn't get a shout out by my wife on, on the news show.
I was on Queer News Tonight on Monday for Valentine's Day with her lovely wife, Nora Rotella. And I was like, oh, happy Valentine's Day to my wife, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, Faye, you're making me look bad. I forgot to mention Patricia. Lesbian scandal. Next up, let's welcome Peter Bisuito. Did I say that right? Bisuito.
Yes,
Bisuito.
thank you.
Yeah, all right. Peter Bisuito. Peter is an internationally known comedian. This dude is hilarious. He's a writer, producer, director, and actor. Peter also wrote, produced, and starred in a new sitcom play called Vent and Chester, which went on to win awards at several film festivals. Welcome, Peter.
Hi.
What's up with that? What's going on with this? When are we going to be able to see it? Get that money. I want to see this like
seriously.
everywhere.
Well, we opened last fall and it was a huge hit. Standing ovations every night. So right now I'm just looking for sponsorship to bring it back to Fort Lauderdale at a more professional level.
Nice. Okay. And what else is going on in your life?
My husband and I are celebrating our 20-year anniversary next month, and we are going to Mexico.
PV, Puerto Vallarta, hide your boys, okay? Because Peter and his husband are going there. Just to let you know. All right.
I hope it's clothing optional in Puerto Vallarta.
Isn't it always?
I don't know.
No, you just got to wear a mask.
It is now.
That's it, just a mask.
And it's always clothing optional on Spirit, so.
Next, let's welcome Dr. Tai Houser. He's an associate professor of English and Humanities at Broward College. Additionally, he teaches for extended periods of time at international colleges in China, India, Spain, and Bolivia. When are they asking you to go back? No?
Bolivia in May.
Woo!
Nice.
Yes.
Watch out. They let you in Bolivia? Those Bolivian boys must be. Woo! Good evening, Ty. Welcome back, puppy.
Hey, it's great to be here. I haven't been on IHO in a while. I'm excited to be here. For Valentine's Day, I had this huge thing planned for Aaron. And he said, if you buy me balloons and stuffed animals, I will literally knife them. So I canceled all plans, and we had a nice day snuggling in bed.
Oh, and I've met your boyfriend. He will cut you. Or the balloons or whatever.
He must be Puerto Rican.
I think that's why I like him so much.
Nice from the Midwest.
Wow. Puerto Rican through the Midwest. You know how that is. So good evening, America. We are the first and most popular live LGBTQ talk show in the world. So much to talk about. Next on It's Happening Out.
This week on It's Happening Out. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
You are watching a live and unedited LGBTQ plus talk show. So anything can happen, and it usually does when there's booze involved. Yeah. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and click the bell for updates. Facebook, like and share this video. Also make sure your friends and family know that they can watch us on their smart TVs on the platforms of Roku, Google, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. So let's begin with a unique meme of the week. It's called Cooking Carrots. Watch this.
So now that your carrots are beautifully prepared, you're going to
All I
pop
see
them
is boobs
into the
and I'm
oven
like,
at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes and enjoy.
Come on, tits.
Now, I don't want to be misconstrued here. I love this genre of video, whatever it is. But why are we even putting in the carrots? No one came for the carrots. I showed you the whole video. You don't even get the recipe for the carrots, bro. We came because you can see barbells. That's why we came. We just need to be honest with each other. No one gives a fuck about carrots, okay? Just be like, hey, you boys like these Goombas. Give me money. Cut out the carrot middleman and follow me, you fucking idiot.
What do you boys think? What do you think, Patricia? You know, you were like
She
just were
can
like
come-
hypnotized.
Oh, right, exactly. I'm still hypnotized by those boobs. She can come over and cook carrots in my kitchen anytime.
Is that what she was cooking? Was carrots? Really?
Apparently, it seems. She's holding carrots. She can hold my carrots, no problem.
Well, and what is
Whoa.
it? I mean, what is it about boobs? I think that's across the board. Everybody kind of likes boobs. It's the one thing on a woman that you guys are okay with, or no?
I mean,
No.
No, Peter's like, no. No, I mean,
everyone's
no.
got titties.
You know, I mean, before you lost all that weight, you had man titties, Peter.
Well,
so
you know, I mean, I can totally, I could appreciate them, but I don't want to. I'd like to motorboat them, actually. That would be kind of cool.
that would work.
That would be
would
cool.
work. All right. Well, we do the meme of the week every single week, and thank you for the boobs, whoever that was.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, so I have to ask a question.
Please.
That wasn't a meme. Isn't a meme just like a picture with a saying on it?
Oh, suspension of disbelief. Don't get too deep on this.
All right.
Did you really just question me?
No,
I have a-
questioned
So you're
the meme.
questioning, you're questioning the validity of the meme, but not the validity of the breasts in question.
That's
Okay,
how much,
Peter.
That's how much I don't care about the boobs.
That's how much you don't care about the
I have a
more about
great
the meme.
carrot recipe for you.
I prefer a rutabaga myself.
It's Happening Out is part of the partnership between the Happening Out television network and Hotspots magazine. Hotspots is celebrating 36 years of the LGBTQ plus experience, and together we bring you the best of LGBTQ plus news, entertainment, and support of our LGBTQ plus community. With that, who needs a drink?
Yes, please.
Yes, the more
Can
you
we
guys
drink
drink,
now?
the prettier I
so
get.
I don't even have to tap my box.
You don't even have to tap your box.
I can just go.
I'm
I can
sure
just do
you've
the
had your
shot.
box tapped already today.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you'll get your box tapped later on.
Okay.
Okay, when we go to Wilton Drive after this. All right, so let's play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. We invite you to play at home. Grab that big ass cup. You know the one, right? Okay, you can play right along with us. So I'm gonna ask our hosts 4 questions. Agree with the question, they take the shot. Disagree, well, it's gonna be a very long show for me if not. So let's play I'd Swallow That. Question number 1. The Cuban government is trying to woo LGBTQ plus travelers. Some people say it's to try to make up for past human rights issues. I'd swallow that. Question number 1. I'm excited to go to Cuba to stay in the first gay rainbow hotel.
I'm always excited to go to Cuba, but not to stay in this. But I'll drink anyway because
Please,
you know it's
because
early
you
in the
want
show.
a shot. That's why. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you go there, get ready to see South American tourists, get ready to see other American tourists, get ready to see some European tourists, because you ain't going to see any Cubans there because they're not allowed to go to those hotels. This is just, and it's not even close to anything. It's not even, it's.
Well, yeah, like I thought it was
out
going to
in
be like
BFE.
in Havana. You said it was
No.
like another part, like a tippy tip of the island.
A tippy tip of a different island, not even the main island. It's all PR and wanting our money.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's still not going to take away, nothing's going to change with regards to the abuses on the LGBTQ community.
It's like they're trying to give us like something shiny to look at, to like forget about the human rights issues that they're going through every single day. You know, what do you think, Peter?
Well, I've never been to Cuba, so I don't know whether or not I would enjoy it there or not.
You would enjoy it.
I would enjoy it.
You
Trust
would.
me.
What would I enjoy
I've
about
not
it?
been, and I know I would like it
Okay.
for the same reason you.
Well,
would.
there's a lot of history. A lot of history.
Well, there's a lot of history everywhere.
Hot
I
men.
mean, well, then I'll go.
I didn't have to tell you anymore.
Will
I
the
had
boob
more
lady
things
be
to
there?
say. I was going to say rum, good food, and you're like, I'll be there.
Will the boob lady be there?
No, the boob lady probably.
All right, I'm there.
Then you're there. Then you're there.
They make great carrots.
Those Cuban carrots.
Those
can't
Cuban
beat 'em.
carrots will get you. I didn't even know they had carrots in Cuba. I'm always being told they don't have anything. So anyway, well, good luck to the Gay Rainbow Hotel. Hope it works out.
Yes.
Next up, only 30% of British women say they orgasm every time, and only 11% say they have multiple orgasms. Considering almost 10% of British women don't identify as straight, it seems the old adage is true, and men just aren't very good at sex. Okay, I'd swallow that. Question number 2. Survey surprised me, showing how infrequently women have orgasms during sex.
Wait, women have orgasms?
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, the survey didn't surprise me, but I am going to drink.
You're still going to drink. Yeah, all right.
I'll drink, but it doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, by what I remember, you know, having sex with men, which is very hard to remember because it's been so long ago. I remember having to basically map quest it and show them how to do things. So I can see how some women might not be able to, you know, reach climax with a man because a lot of men don't know what the hell they're doing.
A friend of mine she plays, I think it's her hockey jersey, and on the back there's a little sign that says the G-Spot Bar. If you're here, you found it.
That's awesome.
Is it a meme?
It could be. It could very well be. I'll ask her if she can bring some carrots along and we'll photo it.
It all reminds me of what my good friend Christina Aguilera once said. I'm thanking you for knowing what a girl wants, what a girl needs. Christina, you nailed it then, and I'm sure someone's nailing you now.
I want to know how they actually did the survey, because it seems to me that straight men would like overstate their case. Like they would be like, oh yeah.
They asked women to be honest.
Yeah.
I think women were being honest and saying, yeah, it's not happening. But it's, you know, I think it's also a myth that women usually orgasm through penetration. That's not true. I mean, medical studies show that that's not really how women orgasm. So, you know, men think, oh yeah, you know, I have this big penis, you're gonna orgasm, and it's like, no, that's not gonna happen.
I'm orgasming right now.
Oh, okay, I bet. I mean, you know, and it's sad because the amount of times that
I'd move over, but I'd be out of my light. So.
You might get it on you.
Not the first today.
Let me just say you won't have to powder your head.
Here, can you put it in the shot glass?
Gross! All right, let's move on.
Hey, if we have to listen about women's orgasms, then you can.
That's
Peter,
what it sounds like.
Okay, we're done.
Okay.
Kathy Griffin, 6-month checkup after having half a lung removed due to lung cancer brought good news, and we needed some good news this week. I swallowed that question number 3. It gave me joy to watch Kathy Griffin celebrate cancer-free by skinny dipping. Did you guys see it?
I did.
Here's to Kathy.
Here's to Kathy.
Kathy.
Big fan.
And to all survivors.
Thank you.
And to all survivors, absolutely.
Of all cancers.
Absolutely.
And I love that she's naked. I think if you beat cancer, you celebrate any way that you want to. And if it makes the GOP cry, well, then that's just an extra added bonus.
That's just sprinkles on top of the cake.
But it does. It stresses the importance for everyone to get checked, because she's a non-smoker and she had lung cancer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's always see your doctor. You get a free appointment once a year through your health care. See your doctor. Get screened. My mom survived breast cancer. I know you've talked about it as well. I
survived breast cancer last year. Yeah, you know what I did for my 6th month? I went to haul over and flashed everybody. I was like, yeah bitches, 6 months free. I don't know what I'm going to do at a year next month. I might go completely naked. Who knows? But I love Kathy Griffin, and I was upset during that time when she had the severed head, and everybody started canceling her. Like, you know, and I don't know if it was just the time that we were in during that time, but that was just extreme. She even lost her gay boy. She lost her Anderson Cooper.
Don't get me started.
That would floor me.
Situation,
and watching Anderson Cooper on New Year's Eve, he sucked without her.
He is such a pussy, that guy.
Say it, Peter.
Such a fucking pussy. Here you have a woman who has spent 40 years of her life making people laugh, spreading joy and happiness all over the world. She's given millions to the gay community. She's been a huge ally for the gay community. And she holds up a freaking head of Donald Trump, a mask with some ketchup on it. And it's not just Anderson Cooper. It was a lot of gays turning against her. You know why? Because gays love to jump on the bandwagon, especially if it's the bandwagon of hate.
Wow.
And it was horseshit.
Yeah.
She did not deserve that at all. Because I've been kind of on the receiving end myself as far as a comedian.
Did something
Tell
like
me
that
more.
happen to you when you got almost canceled for saying something that
I got almost, well.
misunderstood?
People think they can cancel me, but whatever. That's a whole different topic. But, you know, I have said some jokes that have rustled a lot of feathers. And I've been on the receiving end of that on a much lower scale than Kathy. But, you know, some of my stuff has gone viral, and I've been in the doghouse for it.
And that's your livelihood, Peter, because then you're
Bring it on,
then you're not
bitches.
booked.
Bring
you know?
it on, okay? You know.
If you don't have some haters, you're not doing it right.
In the
Well, that's
famous words
also-
of
that's
Bette
true.
Midler, if I'm not pissing somebody off, I'm not doing my job.
Yes, I love you,
She
Beth.
also said, here's a little yoke. Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Wow. All right, next up, DC's Peacemaker, played by John Cena. He's a hot muscle guy with a penchant for dancing around in tighty whities. His dad also hates him because he has sex with prostitutes and men. I'd swallow that. Question number 4. I love John Cena's Peacemaker. Oh, I also love HBO confirming that he has sex with men.
Okay, just to be clear, Peacemaker is his character, not an anatomical part.
I think that his part would actually make peace, though.
And John Cena is married, and I can tell you for a fact he's not gay because I've met him several times and he's never hit on me. So there you go.
Oh, so that's why. That's how you know.
That's how I know. Yeah.
And as far as him having sex with men, video or it didn't happen.
Oh, I could watch him in his tighty whities all day. I just can't.
I could watch him in my tighty whities all day.
I think that would be a better picture. You're right.
Back to his wrestling.
Yes. John Cena wrestling days, all oily and yummy. Oh, yeah. Wow. Next, let's consider the best thing of the week. It's called Horror the Explorer Finds Jesus. Watch this.
Oh, my God.
Soy horror. People have been telling me I need Jesus a lot lately. Can you help me find him? All right, vamonos. First, we're gonna find a church. People always talk about Jesus at church. We found it. It burns! Apparently, horror is not pure enough to go on church grounds, so we're gonna have to go with a plan B. And not the plan B I'm used to. Jesus is coming! What did you just say? So where is he?
He's all around us, even inside you.
So what you're saying is, he's coming, but he's also inside of me. To the pregnancy test! Hola!
I love Horror the Explorer. I love her. I need to be her friend. Like, oh my God.
I think it's a great coincidence because I have that exact same outfit.
Who wore it better? We gotta do it side by side.
And he has it in the exact same size, which makes me he wore it best.
So true story. I was walking down the street in on the beach in Fort Lauderdale, and this woman came up to me and she said, "Jesus is coming," and I said, "Well, hopefully all over my face."
Oh my God, look at everybody at the table. It's like, wow, blasphemy. Like, and we're at a church right now. Like, you know.
I want to know, what did the woman say back, or was she like, that was the end of that?
She fainted, actually.
I think she burst into flames right then and there. Wow. All right, so that was the best thing of the week. I love Horror the Explorer. So now let's move on to our segment, What's on Your Mind? Each host will tell us in just 30 seconds what is important to them this week. But remember, in just 30 seconds, or you will hear the bell that I'm not going to use because I hate that freaking bell, because it torments me, because I talk to the therapist about that damn bell every week. And she told me, don't use it this week if you're hosting. So I am not going to use it. So I'm going to count from 30 back, and then I'm going to scream, tortillera! And you've got to stop what your thought was right there. So we'll begin with Mr. Tai Houser. What's on your mind, my friend?
So, of course, I have my international gigs that I enjoy doing, but this week I was offered a job in Switzerland full-time. Oh, nice. So this week I've been thinking about, do I want to move to Switzerland? Do I want to teach in Switzerland? Do I want to leave South Florida? I don't know. We'll see. To be determined. Stay tuned.
Tortillera! Okay, time's up. All right. Switzerland or South Florida? That's a tough one right there. Next up.
Have you seen the Swiss men?
Do I care to see the Swiss men, Ty? How are the Swiss women?
I think she's more the Swiss.
I'm going to say you don't want to see the Swiss women.
Okay, well, then I'll stay here in South Florida where the women are beautiful like Patricia. Thank you. All right, John Hayden, what is on your mind?
On my mind this week is queer censorship. In this week's SFGN, online now and on stands tomorrow, I look at Prism's ordeal with getting their account taken down for a still unknown violation. It's cost them thousands of dollars. It's cost their subscribers access to vital information. Now, good news tonight, the problem has sort of been resolved. They still have no idea why they were taken down, but Prism is back, and they're back online. Read my story because we look at the broader issue of queer censorship. It's a huge deal, not just affecting places like China or Saudi Arabia. It happens here in America. Please read the article, get yourself educated.
Thank you, John. Make sure you pick up SFGN and you can see it online as well. Patricia, my Patty, what is on your mind?
Eminem taking a knee at the Super Bowl halftime show. I really love that he made that statement. because it also is a big FU to the NFL, who's trying to like sugarcoat, you know, their underlying racism that was going on with regards to Kaepernick and taking a knee. So I am glad that he said FU and took a knee anyway.
And Mr. Peter?
Last but not least, I'm heavily into dog rescue, so that's been on my mind a lot lately because we recently adopted a dog 4 months ago. Aww. And I also have a web series on YouTube where I use the web series not just to entertain people, but we raise money for dog rescue, specifically to rescue dogs from slaughterhouses in China. 30 million dogs are slaughtered and killed and tortured for their meat in Asian countries, and I raise money to help rescue as many dogs as I possibly can. So.
Aw, Peter.
That's
that
really
offsets you
well,
being
come
such
on.
an asshole
I mean,
sometimes.
I have a saying: dogs are better than people. I mean, you know,
are in a lot
except
of
you
ways.
guys, of course, but
No, except
you know,
us.
and our viewers, of course.
I'm curious though, what do you do with a pup?
What do I do? What do you mean?
Oh, it fell flat.
It totally did. All right, so
Was that a joke?
Yeah.
to the comedian.
I thought you were funny. I thought you were funny.
I am. You're not.
There it is.
I'm just going to need to tap into
Yeah,
the box
I
right
think I
about
want to open
now.
up that box right now. So what's on your mind? Usually Al doesn't say what's on his mind, but I am going to say what's on my mind. You know, Patty just reminded me about the halftime show, and I've got to do a swift apology. You know, when 50 Cent was hung upside down, I was like, what the hell? Who is that? And then I saw on his chain that it said 50 Cent, right? And then after, I'm like, he's too old and fat to be hanging upside down. He's using that power money. Now he's a dollar bill. I was saying all kinds of craziness that was wrong, okay? At the end of the day, my ass, when I was listening to In the Club, was way skinnier back then as well. And that's what I should have thought of. So body shaming is not right, and I shouldn't have done that. 50 Cent is still dope sauce. The halftime show was amazing.
It was
and
great.
it really did bring a lot of us back to those days. So that was on my mind. All right, next up, let's catch up with the news from the world of entertainment. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has become one of the biggest media empires in the freaking world. In the most recent trailer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, we see reality starting to fall apart as several new heroes and villains start to appear. One hero that a lot of the LGBTQ plus community, geek community, is excited to see who appeared in the trailer is America Chavez. While Valkyrie, is that how you say it, David? Yeah, I'm a geek! Woohoo! While Valkyrie and Loki are both openly bisexual teen hero, Chavez will be the first openly lesbian superhero in the MCU. Watch this.
Every night, I dream the same dream. And then the nightmare begins. I did what I had to do to protect our world. You cannot control everything, Strange. You opened the doorway between universes, and we don't know who or what will walk through it. Wanda, what do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
He was right. I'm sorry, Stephen. Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
We should tell him the truth.
Things just got out of hand.
You break the rules. Look out! To become a hero. I do it, I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
entertainment headline for this week, Doctor Strange 2, trailer reveals lesbian action hero. What do you guys think?
2 very important points. Number 1, Benedict Cumberbatch without his shirt on, need to see more of. And number 2, the only lesbian superhero I need is FayWhat.
Ay, qué lindo. You get to stay. I love that.
It looks exciting. I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know why they made her look like Dora the Explorer.
Well, America Chavez, she's adorable. She's like a teen, and she's done some other stuff in the past, and she's Latina also. So I mean, it's a long time coming. It's good for us to have the representation because it matters. I stole that.
Copyright.
Does it?
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna need to text Tony to find out.
No, but you know what I love about this, guys, is just that little girl that maybe we all knew when we were younger that we were different. Did we know we were gay or straight? Maybe not, but we knew we were different. And that little girl that watches this superhero on TV and says, "I am like her. I'm a lesbian, and I could be a superhero too." That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And it's a perfect fit for Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was the best character and the best movie of the second-tier Marvel movies from a few years ago. It's great to see it continuing forward. Don't get too excited to see too much real lesbian love stories or anything, because the fact is this has to play in China because that's a huge international market. It has to play in Indonesia and India, which have over 1 billion people combined. I just don't think there's going to be, I think there's a lot of hype and build up for not a lot of payoff, much like my first dates.
Well, like the trailer, we waited the whole entire thing to see America just jump down real quick.
1 second.
And that was it. That was it.
Half a second.
And why do the movies have to be 3 hours long? I'm old. I have to go to the bathroom in between. So I end up missing out on what's going on.
Got to get your $18 worth.
I need to wear a diaper to the theater. That's what I need to do. Anyway, so that's
already do.
That's our discussion on entertainment. Next, we report the Happening Out television network helps support our LGBTQ plus community. An example is Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church right here in Fort Lauderdale. We're broadcasting live from our permanent set here, supporting that partnership. The network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ plus religious broadcast in the world, with more than 30,000 watching every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's totally live. We encourage you to tune in. Our campaign of sponsorship proudly supports Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
I'm Victor Jimenez, the Executive Director of the Tampa Bay International Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Hello, Mr. Jimenez. Thank you for being you. How was that shot there, John?
I had to double up during the Sunshine break, so I'll be praying later.
That's what Boda Box does to you.
Anything in a box, I just don't know. Up next, if we were standing around the LGBTQ plus water cooler, this is what we would all be talking about. We refer to it as the hot topic of the week. On Monday, Equality Florida launched the first of a planned pair of commercials targeting current bills being moved through the Florida government. Our hot topic of the week, Equality Florida's powerful TV commercial blasts Florida's Don't Say Gay as love is not love. What do you think? Are we going to play it? Let's play it. Hold on, sorry. No, we're not going to play it.
Yep.
Okay, well, I've seen it, and it is a great commercial. It is subtle.
You want to explain the commercial a little bit so Peter can know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so essentially it's this young girl getting up in front of the class to talk about her hero, and she said, "My heroes are my moms." And all of a sudden there was a flash to the sign at the back of the room that says, "Not state-sanctioned speech." And the teacher looks at her very lovingly and says, "No, go on. Tell us about your heroes." And then it fades to black and you hear, "Mrs. So-and-so, please come to the principal's office," because she's in trouble now for allowing that girl to talk about her moms.
It seems very dystopian, but it is a GOP dream come true. It's what's going to happen once this stuff passes. And make no mistake, it's going to pass. The only thing we can do, elect Democrats, repeal it in future sessions. But it's going to be what's going to happen. And hopefully the rest of the nation will see it and say no when we come to the midterms this year.
So you really think that, John? You think
It's
that's
passed.
it? It's passing
It's
and that's
passed.
it. So we need to just understand that this
the
is
Republicans control everything in Florida. It's passing. There's no not passing.
And I also wrote about it in this week's SFGN. Online and on stage now. But no, it's very serious. And it takes a little bit broader look. Nadine Smith, who's the executive director at Equality Florida, talks about why they decided to make this pair of ads. The second one I don't think is dropped yet. But please read it, and you'll learn about a lot more. And you can link to the video from the article.
It makes me super sad. Like I always go back to my childhood and just thinking about that one teacher that made me feel safe and made me be okay being me. You know, I wasn't out with my parents. My parents are super religious. They disowned me the whole entire nine. If it wasn't for that teacher, I would have not found myself, you know, and now other students won't have that ability to do the same either. We had Caridad Moro. She was on the show. She's the one who wrote Tortillera. She wrote this great book called Tortillera. She's also a teacher in the Miami-Dade school system. And, you know, she's like, yeah, I will have to take down my family picture of me and my wife, you know, if this passes. She won't be able to have a picture of her family in her classroom, people. Like, that is just so disgusting.
So sad.
And this is where we're going. This is what's going to happen now here in Florida.
Well, and
we're going to Switzerland.
We're going to Switzerland.
I'm very happy, though, that you know, that the commercial focuses on something like that, something that a child would just naturally say, like, my parents are my heroes, right? And this child's parents just happen to be two moms. And I think that, you know, I always remember something when I went to law school that a teacher always said. He said, you know, when you're trying to make a point on an argument and why you know, something is nonsensical or doesn't make sense, try to bring it to the most most extremist of extremes, like downsides to the extremist of extremes to make your point. And I think that this commercial does that. I think it shows how something so innocent, right? Like a child saying, my parents are my heroes, right? That they won't be allowed to do that, or the teacher will get in trouble if this happens in the classroom. So I think it's a very well thought out commercial, and you know, thank you, Equality Florida, for doing that.
My big beef with the whole thing is that the governor has even said in press conference that it's really not that big of a deal. I don't really know that this is happening anyway, but we're still going to pass a law about it. I mean, it's political pandering.
It's a solution in search of a problem.
Yes.
Yeah. And Mr. Mann is definitely going to try to run for president, isn't he? Mr. Rob.
We can stop him. We can stop him here. We can stop him here. We can stop him in November.
Get out there and vote. You know, anybody who's turning 18, get them registered. We've got to all come together, or we're going to be very screwed. Very screwed. Next up, let's explore the LGBTQ plus world this week with the silly and important headlines in the LGBTQ plus news. A lightning round. We'll discuss them in our segment called Saved by the Bell. But there's a twist. Freaking Al, there's always a twist.
There's no bell. That's the twist.
We're only going to discuss each headline for 1 minute, and at the end, you're not going to hear a bell. You're just going to hear me scream, Tortillera! Because that's my bell, all right? So let's go on to it. The Hong Kong Gay Games were pushed back to 2023. The commission also wants to have a second competition at the same time in Mexico. Saved by the Bell headline number 1. Hong Kong Gay Games in trouble as founder and co-chair Dennis Phillipse, something like that, right? Resigns. Sure. What do you guys think?
I've read it, but I'm not still completely sure why it's in trouble. China is, like, I'm still not allowed to travel to China. So they're still
because of what you did when you were there?
Well.
Or who you did? Or who you did?
All of the above.
Wow.
You can't say. You can't say. Sorry.
I want to go back to China, so I'm going to move quickly around.
Yes.
But no, they're still, I mean, kind of in lockdown. So the fact that you're not allowed to go to Hong Kong is probably really driving this. And the reason that he resigned doesn't seem like it has anything to do with anything other than he's just ready to move on with his life.
Yeah.
So I see this as really a non-issue.
Like somebody will come in and just fill his shoes, and then they'll have the gay games and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Well, I disagree. I think there's a lot more to it. I really do.
Because of him stepping down, because of where they're
Because of him stepping down. I think he's seeing all the issues that are going on with the main Olympics that can't be really publicly curtailed by the Chinese. You know, they have to allow a certain amount of things to go on. And it's no accident that Mexico was named as the second host site. I would bet you money we'll be sitting here in a couple years and it will be the host site with a completely different director organizing the Mexico side.
Guadalajara, here we go.
Guadalajara, yeah.
I'll be sitting at a bar in Guadalajara.
Watching the Olympics.
It's a song, Faye.
Okay. Unless Lady Gaga remixed it, I don't know. I've never heard it before.
Actually, Bette Midler remixed it. A third Bette Midler reference tonight.
Wow, look at us. We can't be much gayer than this.
We have to get her on the show.
We still got 8 minutes to go, so let's hope.
Next, a gay couple snuck behind a reporter that was covering crowds watching the Olympics and made out on camera. Saved by the Bell headline number 2, live news broadcast gay kiss defies Singapore censors. Watch this. Thank you, Steve. Sorry. Watch this. Watch this now. Oh, okay, so there's the video.
There they go.
So there's the video.
There they go. There's some tongue.
Yeah, you guys remember Will and Grace where they did that in the morning? There was like a morning show or something, right?
Yeah.
And then Sean Hayes and Will just kissed in front of Al Roker. Not the same. This is Singapore where it's like.
But I just love it.
Watch
I love the turn. It's like that.
Right there.
Oh, girl.
Exactly. I love that.
That was a really bad kiss. They look like really bad kissers, though. They were like mauling each other.
That's what you saw, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will instruct them.
I'm
a giver that way, Faye.
You are a
I'm a
giver.
giver.
You are a giver. I would be the person that like did the kiss and then ran off, not to get caught. You know, it's like, he left his boyfriend right then and there. You on your own, yeah? You want to show your face? Ayatu, I'm not.
But I love that. I love them. They're my new heroes. I love that.
Tortillera! I think it was 30 seconds. So all right, next. All right, Chantal Wong was confirmed by the Senate in a 66-31 vote, making her the first openly lesbian and first openly LGBTQ plus person of color to be nominated to an ambassador level position. Saved by the Bell headline number 3. Senate confirms first LGBTQ ambassador level post who is a person of color. What do you think?
Suck it, Richard Grinnell.
I'm all for it. I just think it's great.
Oh, to quote my good friend Tony Lima, representation matters. But I think the story, the underlying story here is that it was, and I want to get this right, a 66-31 vote in the Senate. I've done some cursory research. I haven't, read her scholarly papers or anything, but she is eminently qualified for this position. Definitely. As political appointments go, it's one of the least political. And there were still 31 Republicans that voted against her, which is to say there are 31 people that will in this U.S. Senate that will not vote for anyone that President Biden nominates. Yeah. Not today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, not ever. That's the kind of absolute narrow-minded resistance that we're facing.
Oh, for sure. Woman, nope. Brown, nope. Not going there. No, but you don't want to know if she's qualified? Nope, just no.
Just listen to the backlash already, and we still don't have the Supreme Court nominee name yet. There's already backlash on that.
Yeah.
Next, the Super Bowl went from tons of LGBTQ plus commercials in 2020, you guys remember, right? To only 2 this year. Saved by the Bell headline number 4, Super Bowl 2022. Where did all the queers go? At least there were gay cheerleaders.
It was gay enough for me when I saw the Cincinnati quarterback. I was done. It was over.
That's it.
That's it.
Have you seen him smoke a cigar? If not, you should.
But I thought we were represented. I was telling you yesterday, John, about the sign language person. The person that was doing the signing had a big progressive flag on her shirt, and I was loving that. And then also Billie Jean King also got an award, was honored at the beginning of it. So that's pretty gay.
She flipped the coin.
She flipped the coin. Yeah.
Arguably the most important part of the game.
Yes. I mean, I
go.
didn't watch the game. I was just watching the cheerleaders and the commercials, but
it's funny. She flipped the coin and I flipped the boy.
Good for you.
like stuff like that doesn't really bother me though. Like I don't sit there and watch the Super Bowl and keep score as to how many gay commercials there are and how many straight commercials there are. I can care less, really.
Well, then you're not doing it right, Peter.
But I get it. I get what Peter's saying. It's a Super Bowl.
It's a Super Bowl. It's like, okay, so I'm not going to get my panties in a twist if if there was 40 straight commercials and 3 gay commercials. I don't really care. It's the Super Bowl's gay enough as it is. I mean,
look at those tight asses and those
seriously,
tight pants.
right?
Seriously, you don't get much gayer than that.
But Peter, it takes me back to something that I once told Tony Lima. Representation matters.
Well, let me tell you what Bette Midler said.
A current Speaker of the Florida House announced her run for the U.S. Congress last year. Since being elected to the House, she's been doing everything she can to stop DeSantis. Saved by the Bell headline number 5, Florida's Ron DeSantis' worst nightmare may be coming true as the first black lesbian member of Congress is going to come into office. What do you think?
This woman is fierce. I've heard her speak on the floor. She is articulate and
Rain,
like
Rain, right? Michelle, what's her name?
Yeah.
Is it right? Michelle Rain, isn't it? Right? Okay, yeah, no, okay.
But no, she is articulate, and she even said, like, at one point, she's like, look, I know this is going to pass. I know this is going to pass. But you bitches need to know that this is, well, she didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But you bitches need to know that this is going down in history, and you should feel shamed.
Yeah.
Just looking at her picture, I certainly won't want to fuck with her, boy.
Yeah. Well, and the good news about this is that she's running for a seat that's currently held by a Democrat, Charlie Crist, who's running for governor again. And it looks like that district at Florida 13 is going to basically stay intact through the redistricting process. GOP are fighting amongst themselves for a Jacksonville area district, District 5. They want to divide that. So they're fighting with themselves. It looks like so if she can get the nomination, I think she's going to win the general election in November, which would be obviously huge for all of us.
Yes, it definitely will. And, you know, a black lesbian. I mean, let's do this. I mean, come on. Representation matters, Tony. Finally tonight, we're the LGBTQ plus community, so that means sex and relationships sometimes. Let's play another game. Our game asks, who would you do? And what would you do to 3 different interesting people? Tonight, our game is Shag, Marry, Chop. And our theme is celebrating the amazing Super Bowl halftime show. So this week we're going to play with 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, and Snoop Dogg. So let's play Shag, Marry, and Chop. Dr. Tai Houser, we begin with you, my friend. Who are you going to shag?
I gotta shag Fitty. I have to. Like, that's just the way it is. I'm gonna marry Mary J. because I just need that presence in my life for the rest of time. And Snoop, I'm sorry, I'm not a stoner. You don't do much for me. He already has Martha.
I was gonna say, don't you see him ending up with Martha? I mean, he takes her everywhere. The puppy bowl beforehand, there's Snoop Dogg. I'm like, this man is everywhere. He's everywhere. The butter commercial, he's everywhere. Sorry. All right, John, who would you shag, marry, or chop? And chop, excuse me.
All right, I got to shag Snoop. He is one of the coolest people that I've ever had the chance to talk to. I think that we could just, you know,
she's name dropping
wrap
again.
ourselves away. Oh yeah, it's just starting. It's just I got to marry Mary. She is fab. She is fierce. She killed it at the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
And then 50 Cent. You can see. You know, I'm glad that we put up the video of him hanging upside down, so it puts context into the way he debuted himself at the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta chop 50. I mean, he has already dated my girl Chelsea Handler, and so I just can't do her sloppies.
Really? Wow, that's I just can't 50 Cent. Get out of my bed. I can't. You were with Chelsea. I just can't. I can't. Patty, how about you, Mama?
Okay, so I'll chop 50 because he's just.
Wait, you gotta start. It's called Shag, Marry, Chop.
Okay, so
lesbian.
So I'll shag Mary for sure. Of course, I'm gonna shag the woman. I'm not interested in the other parts of the other contestants. But I would marry Snoop because I think he'll be fun. He's like the coolest cat in town. You know, things will be chill. You know, so I think relationship, the marriage would work out well. And then I'm chopping 50. For many reasons, he's not my type, but also one time at a concert, Nora kissed him, so I'm not into that.
What? You heard it here first. Nora, girl, I'm looking for you. What? All right.
Yeah, Nora was, I forget what concert it was, but she was front row and so was 50, and she went over to him and she said, I just, love your music. Because it was around the time where, he was like the hottest thing in town, and Nora kissed him. So yeah, I'm chopping him.
Wow. All right. Jealousy. Okay. I got it. Peter, how about you?
All right. I would totally shag 50 Cent because he's beefy and he's black. I do love me some black men. I really do. My ass has seen more black dudes than the Underground Railroad. I'm telling you.
Oh
I would totally.
Peter! Wow!
I would just like to say it's been wonderful hosting. I'm going to miss you very, very much.
I'm just getting started, okay?
The president of Happening Out is on the phone.
What, Darren? What? It wasn't me.
It's really, when I say that in my stand-up comedy, because I have said that joke a couple of times, it's all the white guys that get mad at that. All the black guys think it's hilarious. But the white guys,
they're jealous.
So I would totally chop Snoop because he's kind of a stoner, and I'm not much into the stoners. And I would totally marry Mary J. Blige because she's got all those cool wigs that I can wear.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why. All right.
Yeah.
So Al usually doesn't play, but I'm not Al. So shag, marry, chop. I am going to shag Snoop. I just want to take that 8-foot tall man and bend him over and do some things for him. Yeah.
Oh, she's pegging.
Yeah. I'm going to marry Mary. I have to marry another sober woman. I mean, you know, she's been in sobriety for a bunch of years. She walks the walk and talks the talk, and she's just a badass bee. And, you know, I don't like drama either, Mary. You know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So that means I have to chop 50 for no reason, because he probably has a ginormous personality. So that's it. So before we end today's show, that was Shag, Marry, Chop. I hope you enjoyed that. So before we end the show today, we introduce our sponsor.
Oh, yes. Look at this.
Our sponsor, Jet's Pizza. If you're coming to South Florida, and you have to try this pizza of choice for the LGBTQ plus community. It's so delicious. I mean, it just makes you gayer with each bite. Jet's Pizza. We're getting ready to enjoy it right now. Qué rico.
You guys are killing me. My doctor literally just called me yesterday telling me my cholesterol was high.
Well, we have cauliflower. We have a cauliflower.
Yeah, thanks. I'll take the cauliflower over the pizza. Thank you.
Well, we have cauliflower pizza.
Cauliflower pizza.
There's no cholesterol in the cauliflower pizza?
None. Zero. No oil or anything.
I'm Googling it. I don't believe you. Yeah, but cauliflower makes me fart, so it's like, okay.
But you'll be happy. Happy farting.
Is there any other time?
Is there a bad farting?
Oh, God, you boys. Dios mío.
Do you ever fart and say, oh, I do not feel relieved?
First of all, I do not fart, so let's begin there. But we ended this show talking about farts. Al's going to kill me. All right, well, that's it, America. Another week with you and the world's first and most popular LGBTQ plus talk show in the world. Before we sign off, let's hear from our host for one final good night. A good night from Dr. Tai Houser.
You know, it's been great being here. I absolutely loved it. And Faye, I know how much you hate that bell, but have you ever sat next to yourself and listened to you scream in your ear?
Wow. Tai, it has been lovely hosting with you as well. And I will miss you.
Tai. Goodbye.
I think you just scared Luna, but okay.
Wow, Tai, now I know how you really feel about me. I'm Latin and I'm loud. It is what it is. Deal with it. Mr. John Hayden, who appreciates my loudness.
I do love your loudness. But I want people to get loud and vote. Yes. Virginia is traditionally, for the last 15 years, a purple state, even a blue state. They elected barely like a 51-50 or 51-49 legislature, Republican this last time. This past week, Republicans in Virginia have voted against gay rights and for voter suppression. Your vote matters. Get out there, exercise. You're right.
Thank you, John. Wow, so important. Patty? What's on your, you want to say goodbye?
Yes, so thank you so much for having me. I had a great time. First time with Peter, meeting you, and it was a lot of fun, especially at the end talking about the fart jokes, because fart jokes to me are the funniest thing in town.
They are funny.
But I'm just happy to announce that I was elected as the chairwoman for the Miami-Dade County LGBTQ Advisory Board.
Oh my God!
All right. Shots. We need more shots.
More shots.
Wait, Patty,
Peter.
Congratulations. This is
Yes. So
oh my God.
that just happened in our meeting in January. So my first meeting is coming up.
Wow.
Now. Well, actually, it was this month's February. Yeah. So March will be my first meeting as chairwoman.
Ayana was the last one, right?
Yeah, Ayana was the last one, and I'm succeeding Ayana.
My God, incredible.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that.
And well deserved. Everything that you and your wife do for our community, everything that your law practice does for our community. I mean, kudos to you, Patty, and to Nora for everything. Congratulations!
Yay.
Yes, girl. I might start actually reading the emails when they're sent out now. Wow, that's awesome. So Is what you watched tonight important to you? You sat right here, right around the LGBTQ plus kitchen table with us. You know, it's an incredible time. It's a difficult time for many out there. Make sure that you do your part.
It's especially difficult for Peter, who didn't get to say goodnight.
Patty, thank you so much, Mama. How are you? Peter Bisuito, one last final good night.
No.
Let's please say goodbye to everyone.
Could I have some pizza?
No. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
My
As an Italian, I'm a fellow loudster. I'm a loud person too.
Yes.
I'm half Italian, half Sicilian, which means I can cook your last meal.
I like it. I like it.
Good night, everybody. I've had a wonderful time. It's been a while since I've been on the show.
Yeah, you have to be back more often.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, get that money for that show and then come back and be with us. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Is what you watched tonight important? Anything else? You sure? Okay.
I'm good.
All right. All right. You sat right here along with us at the LGBTQ plus kitchen table. You know, we are here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. live. Don't forget that Queer News Tonight is daily at 8 p.m. Hotspots Magazine and WMEG events also. Remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. Good night, America.
Yay.
Bye.